Hushpuppy's Art and Coffee Break. I'm so glad you're back today. And I wanted to bring you up to date on the Aroma Fuse box. I finished it, got it good and dry, and then I added my clear coat, put some oil, peppermint oil in the bottom, threw a piece of paper on top of the oil so it doesn't get on my mask, put my clean pandemic mask in there, and whew, beautiful box, sits on my desk, art desk, and looks kind of antique. And in a day, I'll pull that out, or less. Doesn't really take a day. And I'll have the most beautiful smelling peppermint pandemic mask to wear. It's awesome. Thanks for joining me for that last session on the paper mache. Done with Elmer's glue and magazine torn colors. Today I wanted to introduce you to what I call quick sketch. I learned it from David Rankin by reading his book called Rapid Sketch, and it was an amazing turning point in my art experience and what I do and what I know about art at this point in my life. I was sitting out of town reading this book, and I all of a sudden jumped up, got in my car, went to the hobby store, had to find it first, bought a 9B pencil and a blending stump, came back to the room, propped my feet up on the coffee table, and started following his instructions, which were simple. And I'll share them with you in another session, a longer session, but I'm just going to demonstrate to you today so that you'll be interested in coming back to watch and learn some of the different steps. This is no step for a stepper, but it's also no step for an amateur. This is what I love about it. It changed my art, it changed my understanding, it changed my skill, and prepared me to start adding paint, color, what have you, because painting and art is all about value and shape and line and texture. And this helps you to understand how to get from a blank sheet of paper to a picture that has some sort of look of dimension on it. So I have this one right here. This took about a minute. But what I did was I took this very soft leaded pencil, put some heavy pressure where I wanted it really dark, and then lightened up on my pressure of the pencil, but used the same pencil, and put some petals wherever I felt like they needed to be. And I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. And as I think, I want a little shadow back here. It's a little bit shaded back here when I look at my rose, if I were looking at a rose. And I put a little bit more pressure where I want some of that. And I don't put anything on these white areas, and I'll show you why. It's because I can take my blending stump and start moving this around. Normally on a big piece, you'd hold your blending stump like this. And I take this very gentle touch, and with this very soft 9B graphite, I can move it around wherever I want it. And I end up usually with some on my a lot on my blending stump. And I can use that for my mid-tones. Only have 5 tones on this value bar. You can have more, but for this purpose, we only need 5. The no color to the dark color. And that is all done by the pressure that I put. So I start with no color. I go down here and color this in. And then I start gradually getting lighter or darker, whichever way you like to work, until I have 5 different values. This one keeps getting a little bit, I keep messing with it. But this lead is so soft that you can smear it around to where you want to have your darkness. And there we go, I have another flower all of a sudden. This allows you to practice. Let's say I want to do a duck, and I saw it at the pond, and I sketch it out, and I do this and get the shading in where he has dark areas and leave the whites where he has light areas. In a few minutes, I can do 10 sketches and know, okay, I'm ready to paint that now. I know what I'm doing. Now, join me again. I'm glad you are here because we're going to do more of what I call quick sketch.